What is up, people of YouTube? It's that time again, Tuesday Talks, with me, The Planet. And today, we're going to be talking about the amazing human body, and just how it does all these things for us, and just gonna give you a few, specifically 10 interesting facts about it. Before I start the video, I'd like to give a massive shout out and a massive thank you to my mom for helping me out in the last video. Because if it wasn't for her, I'd be like, So she definitely helped make the video run a little bit more smoothly. So, thanks, Mom. Love you. Smooches. Anyway, but anyway, enough of the sappy, sloppy shit. Yeah. Fact into the video we dive. Did you know? Oh yeah. One more thing. If I look like I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking sort of upward. I've got some handy little notes that I'm using to sort of keep myself on track. So, yeah. Anyway, did you know that there are 96,000 kilometers of blood vessels in the human body? That's crazy. I mean, 96,000 kilometers, that's like from here to I don't even know. But that's crazy. 96,000 kilometers of blood vessels in the human body. Bloody hell. Fact numero dos. One person in 20 has an extra rib. And they are most often men. So, the Eve being made from Adam's rib may not necessarily be out there, or whatever. But anyway, I think that's gonna yeah, I think that's rather interesting. But you could also say, but that explains a lot about the spare ribs. Oh, I make myself. Oh, I hit my funny bone every time. You could almost say I make myself have a rib tickler. No, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, enough of the bone puns. This one, I don't know if it's changed, but from what I remember, 1 in 700 people, or 1 in 700 children, specifically babies, end up having a cleft lip or palate. Like me. I unfortunately was the 700. I've often cursed the fact that why couldn't I be 699 or 701? Why did I have to be 700? But anyway. Fact numero cuatro. I don't know Spanish. I was trying to do it to sound cool. Anyway, rolling swiftly on. During the first 6 weeks of life, there's actually no difference between a male embryo and a female one. So yeah, dudes, we end up... But it's the second chromosome that ends up being the massive sort of what you're gonna be. The first one doesn't play a part in it. It's the second one, X and Y. But anyway. Did you also know, like fingerprints, we have a unique tongue print? Because I sure as hell didn't. Anyway, that's weird. And I knew they had like, there's there's a crazy number of almost like ball thingies on the tongue. I know that's not the actual medical term for it, ball thingies. I could just see a dentist just going like, oh yeah, we need to clean his tongue because his tongue thingies aren't. Yeah, that's just ball thingies. You know what? I'm just gonna roll with it. Ball thingies. I think they're ball thingies. Anyway, little lumps on the tongue, and it's your taste receptors essentially. I knew we have an insane amount of them, but a unique tongue print? Nope. Another interesting fact. Our hearts beat around 100,000 times every day. On average, I'm guessing. Because of different people, blah 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 blah. But on average, that's 30 million a year. How mental's that? Now this one, I can understand, and I can also... I sort of wonder how they did it. you'll understand what I mean when I say it. A human being, be it man or woman, can actually die from lack of sleep faster than can die from sooner than they would if they were to die from starvation. And this usually takes about a few weeks. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I like my sleep, I like my food. So I won't be dying from either of those two. I like my food too much. I like my sleep too much. But, yeah. I don't know about any of you guys out there, but... Now this next one's a bit of a... but... Every person sheds 22... Yeah, you heard me correctly. 22 kilograms of skin in their lifetime. And for those of you who get disgusted by snakes shedding their skin, we do it just as much. Well, maybe not to the extent they do, but we shed skin as well. Sweet dreams on that one. Happy nightmares. But no, and my final interesting fact about the human body: if you remove the minerals from a bone by soaking it in hydrochloric acid, it actually becomes so soft you could tie it in a knot. You could tie it in a knot. You could tie it in a bow. You can throw it over your shoulder and make it hang low. I'm sorry. I had to throw that in there. I'm really sorry. I would, yeah. But anyway, but that's just crazy. I mean, our bodies do like amazing things, and we don't appreciate it enough. Like, it's mental just how much our bodies do for us every single day. I mean, our bodies are doing stuff for us right now, and we don't even necessarily know it. And I think the most interesting, the most amazing, well, the two most amazing parts of our body: the brain and the ticker. Because the brain, I mean, there's so many, it pilots the entire thing. I mean, without the brain, we don't move, we're just vegetables. I mean, there's so much that the brain does that we don't necessarily notice. Sending messages to... I mean, it's sending my brain is sending messages to my mouth to talk, essentially. And I just think it's amazing that it does that sort of thing, and then the heart, it, well, and then like how they, I've always been fascinated by the fact that in, not just in like hospitals, but like just, or even in hospital dramas, just how they take the clear, what's it called? The shocky thing. I know that's not the proper word for it, but the shocky thing. Clear! And they may not get it the first time, but sometimes, most of the time, boop, reviving the person back to consciousness, or at least to some form of consciousness, even if it's like not enough that they're awake, but conscious enough that they can sort of like, it's just crazy what our bodies do for us on a daily basis, and it's crazy what our bones can do as well. I mean, if you break a bone, or you have to go for surgery, and you end up having, because you have to go for the surgery if you break a bone. But anyway, I digress. If you break a bone, you have to go into surgery. They put the titanium plates in, and the screws and all of that nonsense. Well, it's not nonsense, but anyway, all that stuff, and it obviously takes time, but the bones and like mend themselves, sort of thing. Not like ha 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 ha, then it's magically back to the way it was, but it's mended to a way that you can walk again, or you can use that appendage again, and it's just crazy. I know I've said if I had the time if I had a penny for every time I said crazy or insane or mental or whatever, I'd probably be living quite comfortably right about now. Probably. But ifs and buts and whatever. And I think that about wraps up this episode of Tuesday Talks. Oh, yes, one more thing. I am now also on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. So yeah, follow me on there, and and just just come say hi. I don't bite unless I haven't been fed. So yeah, drop me a tweet, drop me a message, a snap, whatever. And obviously you can find me on Facebook, as I'm on there quite often as well, so yeah. And obviously like, subscribe, and Quasimodo that bell. Peace.